Well, business has been pretty good this month. Mind you, too many employees have taken sick leave. Especially these two guys, Onion and Spud. They each took 4 and 5 days off respectively. Highly suspicious if you ask me. The one thing they have in common is they either work in the restaurant or in the kitchen. And in both cases, work-related injury is the reason. Why are so many people injured in these two particular workplaces? Accidents, or are they human error? Well, I'm their employer. It's my responsibility to protect the company's valuable human resources. Right. I'm making it my business to find out exactly what's going wrong here.
Hey, what are you sneaking around here for?
Yeah, who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm new here. Call me Rice.
Oh, welcome on the team.
So what's your position here?
He's the new head chef.
Mr. King.
Why do you call yourself Rice? It belittles your position.
Oh, it's just a nickname.
You're lucky, guys. He's the best chef in town. It wasn't easy to get Uncle Rice. He's won many awards in gourmet competitions, so you'll have a lot to learn from him.
Huh? Do you come from Shaolin? You've no hair.
So you're a gourmet chef, huh? Why didn't you say so in the first place? Oh, my name's Onion. Not because I'm bald. It's an honor to meet you.
Right. Honored to meet you. My name's Yao, but my friends call me Spud. I didn't mean to be rude to you. I hope you weren't offended, Uncle Rice.
So, you're Onion, and you're Spud.
Yes.
Then watch your step or you'll get a good roasting.
But what have we done, Uncle?
I was just kidding.
Oh, wow. You really scared me.
Uncle Rice, he'll never change. Now then, enough talking. You get back to work.
Sure. Right away, sir.
See you, Uncle Rice.
Wow. That smells good, Onion.
It's my special, sour, hot, salty, spicy, and sweet. And to top it up, just a touch of fragrance.
So many flavors. That's amazing. But then again, I always did say you were a wonderful cook.
All right, give it a rest. The difference between a good dish and a bad dish isn't just down to the chef. Ingredients are important too.
Oh, right.
Where's the spring onion?
The spring onion?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course, the chopped spring onion. I forgot. I'll go do it at once. Sorry.
All right. Thanks a lot, Spud.
Right. Chopping spring onions is a piece of cake. I'll cut a big bunch together. It'll be quicker. Chop, 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 chop. Yow!
Well, what's up?
I cut my finger chopping the spring onions.
I'm not really surprised the way you go about things.
Why? What do you mean, Uncle?
It's obvious. Too many spring onions and the wrong knife for the job in hand. Therefore, it's no surprise you cut yourself. Look, this is a meat cleaver. It's a very heavy knife. If you use it to cut delicate things, chances are there's going to be an accident, see?
Well, you see, Uncle, I just picked up the wrong knife. So tell me, Uncle, what's the proper way of cutting things?
For things that are bulky, it's easy for your knife to slip during the cutting. Your knife may land in the wrong place and cause an accident. Therefore, when cutting large numbers of spring onions, you should first separate them into smaller bunches. Furthermore, if you have to cut things that are unstable, such as heads of lettuce or cucumbers, first halve them with the knife. Then cut them with the flat side against the chopping board. The best thing to do, of course, is to wear protective gloves to minimize the chances of injury. Remember also that different knives are used for different purposes. You mustn't mix them up. Now, do you understand?
It's quite simple, really. There's 5 types of knives. I'll remember that.
It's not that simple.
Oh?
It's not only in the kitchen that knives are used. There are knives in the bar, too. There are usually 2 types of knife in the bar. The first one has a long blade and is used for cutting watermelons. The other is short and pointed for slicing. One very important point, don't ever use knives to do jobs other than cutting, like open a can. Anyway, remember, always use the proper knife for the job. So, look before you act, care for yourself and others, take precautions all the time. Then you have all the ingredients for safety at work.
Oh, now I understand.
And another thing, don't leave a wound uncovered. It's unhygienic.
Oh, right. Uncle Rice says use a slicing knife to cut cucumbers, not a meat cleaver. At least I learned something.
Right. You learn fast.
Uncle!
I'll buy you a cup of tea.
Really, Uncle?
Sure.
Then let's go!
Hey, don't you know that's very dangerous?
Oh? Dangerous? But why? Everybody plants their knives in the chopping block. It looks professional.
Let me tell you, it's very unprofessional. If you leave it like that, someday someone's going to walk past and knock it. That could cause them an injury, and we wouldn't want that. Therefore, when you've finished with the knives, put them back in their storage rack. And one more thing, knives must not be mixed with other kitchen utensils for washing. People may not be aware of their presence and could get badly cut.
Wow, I've learned so much from you, Uncle Rice. And you know what? You're a real mine of information. So, are we going for tea?
Yes, I'm buying.
Well, let's go.
Hey, hold it.
What?
Where are the shoes you were wearing?
Huh? Oh, I changed out of them earlier, Uncle. I do it every day. You see, it's uncomfortable wearing shoes all day, so I change into my slippers. They're more comfortable.
Hasn't anyone ever told you? It's extremely dangerous to wear sandals or slippers in the kitchen.
Huh?
The reason is that with sandals or slippers, your toes are exposed. So if you accidentally kick or knock against a hard object, or something falls on your foot from a height, you risk serious injury. Furthermore, most sandals and slippers do not have non-slip soles. And as the kitchen floor is generally wet and slippery, you could easily slip and have a nasty fall. Therefore, when you're working in the kitchen, you must always wear the appropriate footwear to protect your feet. For example, rubber boots. Of course, the best choice is safety shoes that have non-slip soles.
I'll remember in future. Thank you. Hey, I'll change back into my rubber boots.
Ow!
What's the matter?
Nothing. I just got splashed by the oil.
Say, do you usually fry this way?
Of course. It's much quicker.
Quicker? It's also dangerous. Turn the gas off. I have to talk to you. Go ahead. When deep frying food, you mustn't fill the wok with too much oil. If the oil level's too high, it may overflow onto the stove and cause a fire. Also, when deep frying food with a high water content, it's best to use a sieve to drain off any excess water that might explode on contact with the hot oil. If there's a large quantity of food to deep fry, divide it into smaller portions. Keep a safe distance and wear suitable protective clothing such as long-sleeved work clothes, aprons and safety shoes. This will reduce the chances of getting injured.
Oh, now I understand, Uncle. I'll just pour the oil away. Then I'll try it your way.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Put that wok down slowly.
What's wrong, Uncle?
Don't use the ladle to steady the wok. If the ladle slips, you'll get burning hot oil all over yourself. Listen, if you need to pour the oil away, first use the ladle to scoop up as much of the hot oil as possible. You can then use the hook to grasp the wok. Lift the wok slowly and pour out the remaining hot oil. This is a much safer way of doing things. And one more thing. When deep frying, always pay attention to the fire on the stove. Never walk away from it. A fire can easily start when your back's turned.
But what if I have to leave the stove for a while?
Get a colleague to watch it for you.
Watch the stove for me, please.
Huh?
There's nothing easier than beating a few eggs. These eggs look really fresh. And there's nothing like a fresh egg. Oh, heck, it's making me hungry. I could do with a snack. Nobody's looking. I think I'll just pop one in the microwave.
Stop!
Huh?
Take that egg out of there.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to steal. I was just a little hungry. I wanted to make a snack for myself.
I'm not accusing you of stealing. I just wanted to warn you that a microwave mustn't be used for cooking any sealed foods like this.
Oh?
Eggs are a classic example. When you heat up the food, the internal air pressure expands, and this could be dangerous. Likewise, food in cans and metal utensils should never be heated in a microwave. Metal in a microwave causes arcing and is a safety hazard. One more very important point. You must always keep the microwave clean. If dirt is allowed to build up, the door might not close tightly enough, and that could also be dangerous.
Oh, is that right? I had no idea, Uncle.
Ow!
What's the matter, Onion?
I just scalded myself.
I bet you didn't use the cover, did you? And you didn't turn the steamer, right? If you need to take food out of a steamer, especially this type of revolving steamer with 7 compartments, move the food close to you before taking it out. Once you've removed it, remember to cover the steam hole with a lid to prevent being scalded by escaping steam. Also, before opening a steamer, wrap the lid handle with a towel or wear protective gloves. Keep a safe distance back from the steamer, then take the lid off slowly, starting from the farthest side to minimize the chances of getting scalded.
Thanks, Uncle. I'll remember it next time.
Yeah, me too.
Well, back to work.
Right.
Hey, Spud.
Huh?
Over here. I need a hand.
Right.
Hey, watch where you're going!
You
Hey,
what?
who on earth does he think he is?
You're such a careless pair. When will you ever learn? You know, when you work in the catering business, whether it's in the kitchen or in the restaurant, you often need to move hot food around. Now, it could be hot pots or soup vats in the kitchens, and if you're not very careful, you may well hurt yourself or a colleague or a client. Therefore, whenever you need to transport hot food, don't fill the containers too full. Next, check the immediate area and make sure you have a clear path. Also, warn people around you. When serving food, never pass the plate containing the food over the customer's head. And never serve it with one hand. If the customer is busy talking and waving their arms about, they could knock the plate out of your hand. And another important point, when transporting dishes that are heavy, such as a tureen of shark's fin soup, transfer the soup into small bowls before you serve it to the customers. Alternatively, you can make good use of the Lazy Susan to move the utensils closer to you, making it easier to serve the food. Remember, when serving food, you must keep your back straight and lean as close as possible to the table. Otherwise, you could easily hurt your back or strain the joints and tendons in your wrist or hand.
Wait, Uncle Rice. Let us help you there.
That's right. You should leave things like that to us.
Hey,
Uncle.
wait a minute! Don't you know these are dangerous?
Huh?
You shouldn't use these food processors unless you receive proper training. Also, you must have authorization.
Oh.
You, Spud, as far as I know, you haven't had training.
That's right.
Therefore, don't use it.
Oh.
Uncle Rice, the blenders, the mixers, the mincers, and the slicing machines, they're all equipped with safety guards. So it's safe.
The machines do have safety devices. Sure, but they can still be dangerous. Often when you're working, you'll have wet hands. Touch something electric, and you risk electrocution. So, when cleaning electrical machines, you must first turn off the electric switch and unplug it from the wall socket to ensure the electricity supply is cut. When using these machines, you must wear close-fitting work clothes. Baggy clothes or sleeves or trouser legs that are too long may impede your work and be dangerous. Also, long hair should be tied up and any ornaments such as bracelets removed to avoid them getting caught in moving parts of the machine. Hope it's clear. Have you got that?
Yes,
Uncle. Uncle Rice, what do you want us to do now?
Well, the vegetables are here. Can you bring them in?
Yes, of course.
Hey, don't strain your backs.
Don't touch me, my back's killing me.
What's the matter?
Mine too.
I really hurt my back when I was moving the vegetables.
Me too. I'm in agony.
What did I say? You had the wrong posture lifting the baskets, and now you both strained your backs. Brute force isn't the best answer. There are techniques for lifting. Didn't you realize that?
Really?
First, bend at the knees and grasp hold of the object with both hands. Keeping your back straight, use the power in your legs to lift the object. During transport, keep the object close to your body to lessen the chances of you hurting your back. Before you transport anything, first consider the possibility of using ancillary equipment, such as a trolley, to minimize the use of manpower. If the working environment doesn't allow for a trolley and the object is heavy, then get someone to help you. Never overexert yourself. Okay, you two, you better go now. You need to see a doctor.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay.
Now be careful. Now I understand why they get injured all the time.
Wow, this looks really spooky.
Yeah, right.
Sit down.
We were told to come here and see you, sir.
Yeah, that's right. The manager told us to come down here and see you, but he didn't tell us who you are.
That isn't important. What is important is that you should be aware of the real importance of work safety in the catering industry.
The importance of work safety in the catering industry? That's quite a mouthful.
I guess what he's talking about is that it's important to be careful when you're working.
You could put it that way, but it isn't that simple. If it was, you wouldn't be getting so much sick leave all the time. And apart from simple human error causing injuries in the workplace, in the catering industry there are many areas which need attention.
For example?
For example, taking good care of the work environment. The floor of the kitchen should always be kept clean and dry. If water or oil spills are found on the floor, they must be removed immediately. Otherwise, somebody could slip and have a bad accident. Also, the drains must be kept clear at all times. They should be inspected regularly for any blockage. Then there's the floor surface. Are the floor tiles cracked? Are the carpets in the restaurant torn? If so, they must be repaired at once.
Yeah, now I know what he means, Onion. Like last week in the kitchen, remember? When I slipped because of the water on the floor.
Yeah, and only yesterday, I nearly tripped over the carpet in the restaurant.
Apart from the examples I gave you, there are other cases where slipping and tripping are the causes of accidents. For instance, due to objects blocking the aisles, sauces dropped on the floor, food scraps falling on the floor, or even worse, being carelessly thrown on the floor instead of being put in the bin. If people step on them, they could easily slip and fall over and suffer very serious injuries.
Well, I've worked in a kitchen for years, but I'd no idea there were so many safety points to consider.
Me neither.
I shall try to be more careful.
It's never too late to learn, right?
Hey, wait a minute. You really seem to know a lot about what goes on at the restaurant.
Yeah, right. Tell me, who are you?
Do you really want to know who I am?
Oh, yeah.
I'm Detective Cook alias Uncle Rice.
What? Somebody please kick me. I can't believe what I'm seeing. You mean to say Detective Cook is no one other than Uncle Rice? It's crazy.
Oh, no. When I woke up today, I had a feeling this was going to be one of those days. And everything I did wrong today, he was there to catch me. Please, Uncle, you're not going to fire me, are you? I want to be a good cook, honestly.
Please don't give me the sack. I have a wife and kids. I can't lose this job. I promise I'll pay more attention to safety.
Me too.
What are you so frightened for? I didn't say you were fired. Occupational safety is the employer's responsibility as well as the employee's. So, safe working environment equals happy worker. And if you are happy, then you work better. And if you work better, the restaurant will improve. And if the restaurant improves, then business improves. Therefore, you win, I win, we're all winners.